Hello plant community, thanks for tuning in this channel. My name is Pam, and today you guys we're going to be doing some up potting and me sharing some Planty updates. This will consist of maybe some challenges or some things that may be doing well in my collection, and I wanted to bring you guys along. But first, before we jump into the updates, we're going to focus on two, changing of pots down below here. So let me change the camera and then we can get right into it. Okay guys, right here I have is my Syngonium, what is this? The confetti one, which doesn't look like it's doing that much confetti in, honestly, because I'm not seeing any sparkles or anything like that. Not like I did when I first bought the plant, right? So at first, as you can see, it's just wobbling over. It's becoming top heavy. I was going to cut it and try to reroot it and start it over because I do like the upright look of it. But sometimes I realize I just have to allow plants to do its own thing and let it hang. So what I decided to do is I wanted to actually pot it up with this Neon Robusta. Had one of these bulbs stuck in it. The reason why is because, you know, as you grow your plant collection, honestly, you guys, you have to come up with creative ways to maximize the space that you do have. And so I decided to actually just put this plant with this one. There are several spaces here, one being mainly like right here where I could actually really plop that in and just add it, make it look a little bit fuller. I've lost a lot of leaves with this particular Syngonium over the years, and I think it's because of where I have it at. It's not really in a spot that's getting a whole lot of light, even though I know Syngoniums don't really need a lot of light. Trying to pull it out. Yeah, and a lot of the soil is just falling off. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of want to break it up a little bit so that I can fit her in there. But yeah, I don't know. I lost a lot of the lower leaves, and I never propagated this plant, not the way that I did the, what's that other Syngonium that I have? I don't know if it's the Go Glow or the white butterfly. I don't know which variety it is, but y'all know what I'm talking about as far as white butterfly. Now this plant right here, of course, Syngoniums are known for very fine root systems, so I'm not really trying to disturb it too much, but I do need to remove it away from the soil. And I had potted this not too long ago in this pretty cute little dainty pot. But again, like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and plop her in with this one. It almost feels like I'm keeping the soil too, because there's nothing wrong with the soil. But it almost looks like it's in one of them plugs a little bit. Just going to try to loosen it up a little bit so that I won't have to worry about I was creating that big of a hole to plop her in. And y'all know I've been buying up the wazoo as far as plants, so I'm really filling in my space even more. So I kind of want to just combine this just to free up one spot, because I know as we get towards the, for me anyways, we get towards the end of the growing season, I have to bring my plant babies indoors, and that will be where the fun really begins, is trying to incorporate that into your home again, because they've been out of your house for a couple of months. So yeah, I think this right here is good. I'm satisfied with what we got going on right here. I'm just gonna plop her up in here, and I'm gonna use the hole that I had initially created when I stuck this in here. These bulbs, for the most part, they do work. I only have about 3 of them for my thirsty loving plants. It's really been pretty good for me to use. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get a lot of them, because even though they do work, and they are probably a good option if you ever decide to go away on vacation, and let's just say you don't have anybody to babysit your plants while you're gone, then that would definitely be a good option to use. I think until you come back. I'm going to actually have to take the soil out. Oh man, it's getting these vines. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I have to take some of the soil out because the roots on here is so a good sized root system here. I've been trying to do a little bit of chores little by little. You know, you just can't do everything all at the same time. Oh man, you see that? Look, you guys, this plant has the plugs too. I wonder if that's the reason why. I'm not going to worry about it though, because it's not like the plant is dying. I may have to free it from its plugs one day, but for today, like I said, I'm just getting her planted in here. I'm going to put the soil back. You know, it's never a good time to really repot these or pot them up because syngoniums like to not dry completely out. So the soil for me is always going to be of some form of water being retained in them. And yeah, I mean, it's leaning and it's okay. Some of my syngoniums, I'm starting to allow them to lean, if that make any sense. Because depending on the color and the actual syngonium type, I like the way the lean looks. Put a little bit more in here. And again, like I said, I'm going to keep this soil. There's nothing wrong with it because I just not too long ago used it. It's very well draining. And I'm actually probably going to use it for this plant I'm about to change the pot in. So I mean, you can see it a little bit. She just girlie just looks wild, and I'm not too mad at it. What I am going to do, there's a couple of leaves that I do want to cut off because have y'all been having this issue with y'all syngoniums as far as they'll grow out, but then they'll be like this. They don't want to unfurl. And sometimes it takes them a long time to actually unfurl. I can't say, I'm not, all of my syngoniums are not doing this. It's just certain ones that tend to do that, and then they don't unfurl. So when they do eventually unfurl, they start looking the leaves are not looking really beautiful. So I'm just cutting this back some. Yeah, let's see. You're fine. I'm just going to leave her like this. I mean, she looks, what you think? I mean, she looks wild, right? I mean, I could probably do it like this to hold her up a little bit, but I'm going to leave her be. She's fine. I'm going to stick my plug back in here. I may have to give her another drink in about a day or so. We'll fill this thing up. So I'm going to put her back. Well, yeah. For now, I'll put her in here. And it's so funny. I just plop her in here just to hold her. But where I have her hanging at in my dining room, you don't even see this pot. She's inside of another like decorative pot, which is kind of crazy, I guess. My next one is this snake plant that I had got a little while back. I've been needed to take this out of this planter, and I've been kind of like taking my time with it. I'm going to put her in this terracotta pot. This is one of my dryer sheets that I cut out, and I'm just going to take her out. She's really dry. Like, look at the roots, you guys. I'm really going to break this up. And you see those leaves that's been brittle. You're talking about I have been utterly neglecting this plant. Literally, I've taken it for granted as far as the sit and forget about it type of thing. Yeah, I just got to get rid of... I have not watered her well at all, and I hope these roots are not dry rot because of it. I'll find out, won't I? Because one thing for sure, it will decline. But what I noticed was, yeah, this is, pull this out. It was growing these pups right here. So one here and then one here. And shoot, I definitely haven't watered her a lot. I don't think I'm keeping her in this soil though, because it's not, there's no real drainage in it. I think my soil mixture here is a little bit better. So just trying to break it up. But honestly, you guys, she's so dry. I feel like she's crumbling off. Like it's not even really, look at that, hurting the, probably not even hurting the plant, honestly, because it's just, yeah. I don't know. Believe it or not, you guys, I'm not very good with snake plants. It's like, yeah, they say tough as nails. I guess tough as nails until they come into Pam's house. I guess I must be tougher, but they don't seem, all of them do not seem to be doing well. Not at all. Y'all guys seen, I believe, one of my videos not too long ago showed y'all that Bantle, I think, sensation that I've just been struggling with. And I don't know why, but I mean, unless I gotta start watering my snake plants a little bit more often than I am doing. As you can see, a lot of the roots is broken off. But I have to do this because it is so rock hard anyway. I just don't see the plant getting any nutrients. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I'll find out. I just don't know. Let's see. I think I'll leave her be. But if the roots fell off out of, yeah, it's probably because they were dry. Yeah. I mean, the rhizomes look pretty much, I guess you want to call it, intact. It's not the biggest root system in the world. I'm a potter in here. Y'all know me, no guts, no glory, right? And hopefully that'll give her some room for these pups to grow. I think for now, while she's trying to get reacclimated to her home, I may actually have her sit underneath of a grow light. I'm making a whole lot of mess. So I got that potted up. She looks a lot better. I'm going to clean up and then I'm going to come back and we'll talk about other little things. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I had to do way more cleaning up than I actually anticipated. So what I did do is I gave both plants the syngonium a drink, as well as my snake plants. Here, you guys are going to see some footage where I'm showing you where they are actually growing in my home. So, you know, hopefully they will continue to thrive, especially the snake plant. Maintains this variegation, and hopefully it will give me more growth. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Now here, right here, you guys, is another, I guess, chore that I needed to do. I'm going to try to put a photo of it if I'm able to find it. I think I posted this plant on my Instagram. Of course, this is the Hoya Crimson Princess. And you may remember how huge I was growing that plant, up to the point where it's actually winding it around a tree branch that I decided to decorate. Well, as you would know as well, that mealybugs this growing season has been the bane of my existence, and I had to make the tough decision to save what I could, and I'm starting her over, and that's where we're at today. Unfortunately, it was a sad thing because she's one of my oldest Hoyas, kind of like the very first Hoya I want to say that I really purchased that helped me get that Hoya bug. So what I'm going to do is, I have these stems. I've already treated them and sprayed them down, and so they've been kind of sitting here. The stems right here, what I did, I've never done this before the way that I'm about to do it, but hey, you know, I'm all about trying things and see what actually works. You know, I do be using my rooting hormone from time to time. I don't do it each and every time I propagate, but with my Hoya, sometimes I do that. I decided to actually try to water propagate these stems. I did not want to cut them into small leaves, just because I just don't. Sometimes, you know, I will do that. Others, if I feel like I got enough cuttings, I want to create some kind of like an instantly full plant. So I want to just root the vines that I have. Right here I have some pumice. So I've done propagations before in pumice. I want to say particularly with my philodendron varieties, I was pretty okay with that, or successful with that. So this is actually going to be my first time doing it in with my Hoya. Will it work? I don't know, but I'm willing to find out, and I'm willing to bring you guys along so we can find out together. Like, such a pretty, like, I really, look at that leaf. It was so big, you guys. Yeah, leaves was just dropping off left and right from this plant. It was turning yellow. I was constantly treating it for mealies, and it was just getting heavily infested no matter what I was doing. And I had this plant growing in my sunroom, and some of my plants, if memory serves me correct, were also being infested with mealies. The mealies have really kind of like been the pest of the year for me, and it's getting on my nerves, actually. Absolutely nerve-wracking. But again, I love this plant so much, even though I do have a couple of princesses. Because this was the beginning, I just had to at least make an attempt to try to save what I felt was viable. And that's kind of like where we're at with it. So, let's see. I have no idea if this will work or not. And I probably wish I had let's see, a funnel or something. I don't even know if a funnel would work. And this is just like an old honey jar. I'm getting more on the mat than actually I don't know. Honestly, you guys, I really don't know if this will work. I have zero idea. In theory, Because here I go again with that in theory stuff. In theory, I'm thinking it should work. But again, I'm not a botanist. But I am a dreamer. A dreamer of creating a beautiful landscape inside my home where I can be peaceful or at peace, enjoy serenity, be one with nature, all of the 9 yards, in the confines and comforts of my own home. Sometimes it's where you create things is what counts. And I'm trying to create that beautifully inspired safe space for me. And I hope you come along. See how beautiful that is? Now I will fill her up with my fertilized water. Oh shoot, one fell over. I probably need to put some water in it now. Just so I can get her in there. And I may very well do that. Yeah, because now this fell out. It's going to make it harder. Let me do that and I'll be right back. So I have it filled with water. And I put a little bit more on top just to weigh it down. But I knew once I made it liquid that it would allow me to put the stem a little bit in there. And I think I'm still going to, I don't know what, honestly I don't know where I'm going to put her yet. Where she will be safe. I think I may have to actually sit this inside of something. I'm not sure. But I'll figure it out. Figure out a place. I'll keep you guys updated on her as we go along. Now, of course, when I put the vines inside the pumice, I had to remove these leaves. I was actually going to trash it, but I said, you know what? Let me see if I can root them because these leaves are just super beautiful with that beautiful creaminess. I just could not tend to throw it away. So I do propagate my Hoyas in my spag. This is already some spag that was already pre-sprayed because I'm actually rooting this macrophylla in here. One of the leaves I broke off when I was doing a plant chore, and I actually have a, what do you call it, an anthurium corm in here. I can't remember which kind it was. I think it started to root. I'm just waiting to see if some kind of leaf will, I don't know, emerge from it. I'm using the rooting hormone again. I don't find it to be necessary, but I do find it to be quite beneficial if you want propagations to be really successful. I think that they can root without it, but I think putting this will just, help it to be a little bit more successful. And even if it doesn't root or if it rots, because again, still, even with the rooting hormone, at the end of the day, it's still up to the plant, survival, genetics, all of that, because I think all propagations don't take. Sometimes they don't take no matter what you do. It's just nature's way of saying, hey, sometimes we got to learn to let live and let things go, right? No matter how painful it may be. So I'm just more or less just sticking it underneath slightly, the spag, so they look like they're ready to go. And I have this growing underneath of one of my grow lights in my dining room, and it's going to be directly underneath the grow light, so that means it's going to be a lot of condensation going on in this container here. So super excited. I will keep you guys updated as well. Maybe, hopefully, if everything turns out right, like I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it will, then we can probably just pot these up together so we can have another full pot of beautiful princess. So yeah, let me just clean this up, and then finally we can talk face to face for once. So let me just clear this out. Hello. So here we are, we're back. This is probably the best I can do with the lighting. If it's hard for you, I'm not sure. Apologize in advance. It's been a humid day, but a very overcast day. So yeah, I'm doing what I can do. Anyway, we are at the fun part of this video. At least I thought it was fun for me. And that is where I get to share with you guys some updates in my plant collection that I'm excited about. And of course, you know, full disclosure, any mishaps, things that may be not doing well, dying perhaps, dead already maybe. But hey, this is part of the Planned Parenthood type of thing, so let's go. Okay, so I'm going to do a little quick walk around probably in the sunroom, but there was 4 items that I kind of wanted to show you guys up close and talk a little bit about it, getting right into it. First thing being is my Bonnie spider plant. I don't know if y'all remember when I actually up-potted her. I'm going to show a photo somewhere that I took before I actually potted her up. And I think when I did that, that was actually the downfall of that plant, which is a shame. So she's RIP, but I was able to save the babies of the plant. And I've just recently finally up-potted her or potted her in here. You guys, she's actually in a clear pot. What I did was I actually grew her in leca just to ensure the roots. And she had a nice root system. And I just recently put her in this clear pot. I still want to monitor the roots. And she already has like a baby growing out. So I'm kind of starting Bonnie over again, which is fine. And I should have probably did that anyway because her leaves were not nowhere near as green and as healthy looking as she looks right now. So sometimes I realize that I have to start over with a plant and it's okay. And that's what I had to do in this case with this plant. She definitely taught me to be patient a little bit. And so I really waited for a lengthy amount of time for her roots to get established very well, considering that their roots do mature very quickly, or they propagate very easily in my personal opinion. But I'm so glad and I'm super excited to see how full and bigger I can regrow her. This other plant, I propagated her as well, and I'm really liking how she's turning out. She's starting to finally fill into her own, and I could not be any happier. This is, of course, y'all, it had to be a Hoya, right? But I'm not even sure if I showed y'all this. If I did, I may have. I honestly just don't remember. But this is my Hoya Matilde Splash, you guys. It was in like a 2-inch planter, just one vine. And the one vine I had underneath a grow light in my dining room. And the vine, which is this one right here, was growing very long. And I took the chance and opportunity in the beginning of the growing season, midway in the growing season, to actually cut it and propagate her. And this is the vine right here. Since I did that, it promoted some form of bushiness to go out. I just recently potted her directly into this planter. She is mainly in the soil mixture that she came in. I loosened it up a little bit, but I also added a lot of the cocoa chips because I'm finding out for me in my growing conditions that my Hoyas are really thriving a lot in that cocoa chip mixture. So I'm going to stick with that to promote more healthy growth. But you guys, look at it's such a beautiful plant. I thought I would never be able to even afford one. So I'm super excited that I'm finally getting her to fill out. And I can't wait for her to actually be trailing or starting to really hang like the Hoya Matilde that I will show you guys later, just so y'all can see a comparison and the contrast with the beautiful color. I really love this leaf right here with the half moon, half silver. It is just stunningly amazing. She has continuously new growths here, and there's also new growth there. So I'm not going to move her out of the situation that I have her in. Again, she is in my dining room underneath of a grow light. My next one, you guys, I've probably already shared with you as far as what I did with my Alocasia Jacqueline You know, I've been having a lot of struggles with this plant, a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And I think maybe she might be trying to come around and say, hey, Pam, I'm rocking with you, girl. I want to grow with you. I don't know, because, you know, they finicky and they funny. You know, one day they'll act like they're your friends, and then the next day they act like you're a stranger, right? So, but anyway, anyway, this is my Jacqueline. And even though she's lost a lot of leaves, and the leaves that she's had has been like really damaging this plant. I know we were struggling with a lot of the spider mites issues. I've been trying to be really mindful of my pre-pest management when it comes to this plant, because I love this plant a lot. I really want to get her to be a full tall specimen, something similar to this beast right here. If I could just get her to mimic that, I would feel really proud as a plant parent. But this is what I really wanted to show you. She is stuck. Guys, it feels like it hurts, and I can't pull it out. I'm too afraid to use force because I don't want the tip to rip. So I'm kind of letting her do her thing. I'm thinking as the stem grows, maybe it'll free her, or I'll let it go and it winds up snapping anyway. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is in there. Like it got literally stuck in the root ball. But look how she is. She's like, can y'all watch her? She is so tight in there. It's crazy, right? But I love, and ooh, ooh, I almost dropped her. And you know, I already dropped this Jacqueline before, or whatever, the one that didn't, I dropped it before, and that was the demise. But anyway, the leaf has sized up tremendously from this leaf right here. So I am hopeful. I don't know, I think maybe, even though it's not very aesthetically pleasing, of course, with the algae, it is water in this perlite mixture. I do, as I water her, I just let the water drain down here. I don't know if it does anything. There is a little bit of roots sticking out of the pot. So she's getting a drink of water, I guess, whenever she wants. I just recently watered her, I want to say actually yesterday. What I noticed is there is a correlation with letting this plant dry out and spider mites. Anyway, so yeah, Alocasia Jacqueline. This next one, you guys, I am super proud and excited and surprised that I was able to even pull it off. Y'all know I was talking sometime last year with me pollinating, I think, my regular peace lily with my domino peace lily. I just happened to try it. I did not know what I was doing at all. I was even surprised that it actually produced berries for me to produce seeds. Now the seeds, unfortunately, a lot of them, even though I had a lot of seeds, a lot of them did not come into fruition. I'm going to show you an example of what I mean. This is actually one of the seeds. It's like the seed ball, and then it's just turning white like this. So I've had a whole bunch of them, but they died off because, of course, they just remained white and they never turned into green. So they could not, you know, the chlorophyll just did not allow it to thrive. But I did have a couple of them that did do well and started turning green, and I've been growing it into a little bit of sphagnum moss, and I'm just really liking how it turns out. It's not a huge specimen by any means, but I just feel so happy and honored that I was able to even just get it to where it's at now. So it's not really pronounced. I see a little bit of the structure in regards to the domino, and then I see some parts where it looks like it could be just a regular green. I'm not showing a lot of variegation. From what I can see, I see subtle variegation, like, y'all see that subtle variegation? Right now she is in this little 2-inch planter. I have her only in spag. I'm going to keep her in spag until those roots get really, really... Let me turn it upside down, see if I can get it out the pot. Okay, so I don't feel too bad. Let's see. Oops. Plant casualty. I'm going to leave... Ooh. Okay, so it's a little leaf. I can't really show y'all, but look. Only did this for you guys. So you see the roots. She is rooting well, which is super exciting. I was able to. So again, I'm not taking her out of this sphagnum until, I mean, her roots really got to be strong, and then I'm gonna transport her into a airy mix, I would say, but I'll keep her probably in a small glazed pot, if not an actual plastic pot. But I am just so happy. I can't believe that I was the reason why this thing exists, from pollinating to creating seed until now plant. This has been something that I've done since December of last year. So now here we are in August, and I am happy. So now you guys, we're going to change the camera angle. I'm going to take you to some parts that I wanted to discuss with you guys as far as what's actually updating in the sunroom. Super excited, so let's go. Okay guys, I wanted to share with you this atrocity right here. This is what is just hanging here at this point because it is dead. This is my Peperomia Ruby Cascade. You guys, you already knew that she was declining, and she was declining fast. And I kind of just let her decline. And I don't know, I don't think I'm about this plant again. This got to be like my third time trying her, and I'm just completely over her, over it, done. Over. Right here, guys, what it used to be is my asparagus fern. Her leaves browned again and fell off. So I don't know if it's me at this point. I know they do that. And last year she did that in the fall time, but she came back nice and full. So I never had her actually die off or die back in the summer. I don't know. At this point, I'm thinking it's me. But this is another one. I keep cutting her back. Maybe she'll grow back. I try to keep the soil moist. I don't know. We'll see what the heck's going on with her. Over here, you guys, is my philodendron, not so pink princess. And this is the leaf. I think oh, she's dusty. I think I shared her on my Instagram, I think. I can't remember, but guys, I've ripped the leaf off. She wasn't even, she looked perfect like this. But I made a mistake and ripped it off when I moved her. Here I go, Pam, not happy with where she's at. I'm constantly moving her around, and this portion of the leaf kind of got stuck in my shirt. And when I put her down, it just ripped. And this piece was just like, it was hanging like up to here. So I just ripped it off. It is what it is, you know. But she's still pretty. This is the latest leaf. I don't think it's finished yet. I'm not sure. And this is very pretty. It's a big leaf with very subtle variegation. I'm not mad at it, but my not so pink princess, but I don't care. I just love her dark leaves. This one, you guys, I love this plant. My philodendron plowmanii. I cannot believe that she has grown so monstrous for what a Tom does a whole year later. This leaf right here, guys, look, just to give you comparison, it's very huge. There's another leaf that's actually trying to grow here. She is beautiful. I try my best to monitor her as well because I know she's known for getting spider mites. I do try to spray her down every so often, and I make sure she is getting a lot of water. I do have her growing in a lot of cocoa chips. She's loving it, you guys. I don't know. I couldn't be any prouder. Check it out. Beautiful. Right here, as you can see, I got this plant from Gabriella Plants. This is a 3-inch Hoya UT073. When I got her, she only had these 2 leaves. Y'all know I love the venation in Hoyas, and it is so pronounced. And I love that elongated shape of the leaf. But I'm super excited that this leaf has grown for me in this growing season, as well as this one. And look at it, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, to get a whole trailing vine of this. Oh, super exciting. Down here, let's see. Let me start with this Thai constellation. This right here is the latest leaf that it did come out. I did lose 1 leaf, and even though there's no fenestration, considering the last 2 leaves had fenestration, I don't even care, you guys. Look how beautiful that leaf is, and I'm not even sure. I don't think it's hardened off yet, but I'm not mad at it. So I'm just gonna be patient with her, you know, let her do her thing. And speaking of monsteras, you know, this is my monstera elbow, you guys, that I brought as a cutting that only had these 2 big leaves. And then this leaf emerged, which is so beautiful, you guys. Oh my gosh. But then this one just recently unfurled. No fenestrations, which is quite unique considering that this one did a whole lot and then it went back to this. I don't know if it's a lighting issue, but I really like the green. I'm liking the fact that it's doing different things with each leaf. So super exciting. I'm not talking about this plant. Y'all know I love her so much. I just wanted to show you guys how she is just constantly growing. This is a new leaf, and just how she looks when she first starts to unfurl. I mean, dang, girl, got it. I did want to show you my crystallinum. Is it crystallinum? Anthurium. As you can see, she's still got some growing to do. It's really cool how they come out such tiny heart shape, and then they finally emerge into this huge leaf. So I'm actually, this one is new growth at the moment, and this one is too. But as you can see, it is bending because right here, it's like they are like touching. Is that a sign of maturity? It hasn't finished yet because it's super soft still, but guys, oh gosh. And she is so freaking pretty. So now I want to show you my Hoya Matilda. I told you that was not the splash, and I want to get the splash to look just like this. I just recently finally potted her in this pot. Can't really see the words. I think it's cool. Life is a blessing. And it is. And it's a constant reminder of how much of a blessing it is when you see this new growth. So, and the dark leaf. Freaking beautiful. Now this one, I'm showing you guys this just for documentary purposes, you guys, because you know this is my multiflora, the shooting star one, and she's bloomed for me a couple of times, but she has not did the full bloom. So this is what my experience has been with homegirl right here. This girly, she will do exactly what you see right here. All of that whole bud with the peduncles. But as they start to mature, and she's a teaser. As they start to mature, she's giving you the thought of, I'm going to show you all the legs, but then she say, and then some of them will just blast off and fall off. And I have only been able to see at least 3 of them emerge till its full potential. I'm still waiting to get an actual whole one because they look so beautiful. She is growing though. Those are 2 new growth leaves, and it's 2 new leaves right here as well. Right here is my Begonia Rex, you guys. One of them anyway. And as you can see, she is bald a lot. And I plan on doing a future video real soon how I can actually get her to be fuller. I will be probably trying to do it or start it sometime now while we're still in the growing season. But So far, the update with her is I changed her pot. I had her in a just a regular pot, but I decided to put her in a self-watering pot. I couldn't keep up with her thirstiness, which I think is the reason why I lost a lot of her leaves. But she is such a beautiful plant. She's worth the effort for me to try to make her full again. I wanted to share with you this black velvet alocasia because we have been struggling in a sense as far as keeping more than one leaf. But right now, currently, as you can see, she has a lot of leaves for now. Well, not a lot for alocasias. So I have 6 leaves, which is a miracle because I've only been able to like just keep maybe 5 leaves. But as we had struggled, she was a 3-leafer and now she has 6 leaves. I think this one is one of the latest ones. It's still soft, but she's such a freaking beautiful plant. And I have her in a clear pot. See that corm in there, and the roots are doing great. So she's loving life. She may have been more or less just trying to focus on creating her root ball. So I don't know. I was debating on whether or not if I should put her in a self-watering pot. Time will tell, won't it? My last and final thing, you guys, that I want to share with you is my lipstick plant. This is my Thai Pink, Aschenanthus Thai Pink, you guys. I've been propagating her. She's growing so lovely. I had her underneath my grow light inside my home. I just recently brought her in the sunroom, and oh God, she got those beautiful round leaves that remind me of the peperomia. I really love this plant. I've been working so hard trying to get her to be full, so I'm hoping that she's liking what I'm doing. And like I said, I just recently brought her out here. I don't really want her to say, hey, I don't like this and start showing out. But another thing too that I wanted to share with you guys, it's a plant relation, but not a plant. And it's this that you see right here. So you guys, I actually did thrifting about a couple of days ago, and I found this pot. Well, I found this basket. It had a little plastic liner inside of it. $1.98 is what I paid for this. So I decided to turn it into the hanging basket that you see. So all the other stuff that you see to help create this, you guys, I already had. And everything I literally brought from the dollar store, including these bulbs and the little metal piece I've already had that I got from Walmart. And I don't know, I like it. I like how it turned out. I like the natural look of it. And I just think it's hanging very nicely here. So yeah, I'm super excited. So guys, this pretty much ends this video. Keep in mind, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, you haven't subscribed yet, girl, what you doing? You better hit that subscribe button and stop playing with my feelings. But anyway, keep pushing those thumbs up, guys. I love it so much when y'all do that. Helps get my channel out there to new people. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. And until next time, guys, much love. Bye. Guys, honestly, couldn't you just stand here and watch this all day? Heaven, I'm in heaven. See y'all later.